Hey guys, this is Chaos Chrono back with another episode. Moving on to deck number 10. Still hoping for an evil twin deck, just for the sake of having one. Here's hoping we get something good today. Today we have a Star Alliance, Untamed, and Saurian deck. It's called Mooney, the Prophet of Anagrams. Nice yellow archon. Let's open this up and see what we got. Alright, starting with Untamed, we have Reap or Sow. It's an action. When you play it, choose one. Ready and reap with a friendly creature, or give 3+1 power counters to creatures distributed as you choose. Persistence Hunting, Amber, whenever you play it, it's an action. Choose a house, exhaust each enemy creature of the chosen house. 2 copies of Persistence Hunting. Mollymawk, 5 power creature with play, destroy an artifact. 2 copies of Mollymawk, good artifact control. Keyfrog, 2 power creature with destroyed, forge a key at current cost. Assert Dominance, it's an action. When you play it, for the remainder of the turn, a friendly creature gains skirmish. Ready and fight with that creature. Instrument of Silence, it's an upgrade. This creature gains skirmish and fight, gain 1 amber. Gibbuck, 5 power creature with destroyed. Discard the top card of your deck if it is a creature. After Gibbuck leaves play, put that creature into play in Gibbuck's position in the battle line. Fangtooth Cavern, it's an artifact, and whenever you play it, at the end of your turn, destroy the least powerful creature. Cross, Horror Poises, it's an action. Amber, whenever you play it, raise the tide, enrage 2 enemy creatures. Primal Relic, it's an artifact. Amber, whenever you play it, put 4 amber on Primal Relic from the common supply, give 3 creatures a +1 power counter, and at the start of each player's turn, if they control creatures with total power 20 or higher, move each ember from Primal Relic to that player's pool. That is it for Untamed. Moving on to Star Alliance, we have Zap. It's an action. Amber, whenever you play it, deal 1 damage to a creature for each house represented among creatures in play. Officer's Blaster. It's an upgrade. This creature gets +2 power, and this creature gains destroyed. Attach Officer's Blaster to this creature's right neighbor. Light of the Archons. It's an upgrade. Amber, whenever you play it, this creature gets +1 power and +1 armor for each upgrade attached to it. Lieutenant Kirkar, 5 power creature with taunt and hazardous 3. Grand Alliance Council, it's an action. When you play it, choose a creature from each house, destroy each creature not chosen. Diplomat Aegon, 2 power creature with play, fight, reap. For the remainder of the turn, a friendly creature belongs to the house of your choice in addition to its other houses. Biome Discovery, it's an action. Amber, whenever you play it, if the tide is high, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and discard 1 of them. Otherwise, raise the tide. 2 copies of Biome Discovery. Amber Pack, it's an upgrade. When you play it, raise the tide. This creature gains at the start of your turn. If the tide is high, capture 2 amber. 2 copies of Amber Pack. Xeno Training, it's an action. Amber, whenever you play it, for each house represented among friendly creatures, a friendly creature captures 1 ember. Crash Muldoon, 3 power creature with deploy. Crash Muldoon enters play ready and has action, use a neighboring non-Star Alliance creature. That's it for Star Alliance. Moving on to Saurians. We have Undagnathus, 12 power creature. While the tide is low, Undagnathus deals no damage when fighting. 2 copies of Undagnathus. Spoils the Battle, it's an action. Amber, whenever you play it, a friendly creature captures 1 amber. Each creature with amber on it captures 1 amber from its opponent. Faust the Great, 4 power creature. Your opponent's keys cost +1 amber for each friendly creature with amber on it. In play, you may exalt a friendly creature. 2 copies of Faust the Great. Decadence, it's an action. When you play it, choose 1. Exalt, ready, and use a friendly creature, or move 1 amber from a creature to another creature. Sensor Philo, 5 power creature. Sensor Philo cannot be dealt damage by creatures with Amber on them. Carpe Venum, it's an action. When you play it, exalt 2 enemy creatures. Pterodactyl, 12 power creature. Pterodactyl enters play stunned. Pterodactyl only deals 4 damage when fighting, and before fight, deal 4 damage to each neighbor of the creature Pterodactyl fights. Siren Horn, it's an upgrade. Amber whenever you play it, this creature gains, before fight, move 1 amber from this creature to the creature it fights. City State Interest, it's an action. Each friendly creature captures 1 amber. And last but not least, Brachinelia, it's an artifact. Amber whenever you play it, put 4 amber on Brachinelia from the common supply. A friendly creature captures 1 amber. At the start of each player's turn, if that player controls 4 or more creatures with amber on them, move each amber from Brachinelia to that player's pool. That is it for the deck. Let's get this sorted out and see what the main combos and highlights of this deck are. Looking at the deck, we have a lot of good points of interest. First of all, looking at the 2 relics, essentially, the artifacts that kind of are a pool of amber for you to potentially grab. We have Primal Relic, which depends on us having 20 power on the board to collect it at the start of our turn. While this deck is a little low on creatures, we do have some of the bigger ones like Pterodactyl and 2 copies of Undagnathus. Just any 2 of those would be sufficient to get the 20 power we need. So the main thing to look out for are any decks that have more large power creatures for that particular artifact. Brachinelia, the other Saurian artifact that also has amber on it, relies on us having amber on our board. With our Saurian cards, it's pretty synergistic to the use of that artifact, but we'll have to look out for what the opponent has. Going back to Untamed, good to see tie cards in more than one house. So Untamed's card is Cross Porpoises, and you can also enrage 2 enemy creatures. So that card's particularly nice since they're independent, rather than having a card where if you don't raise a tide, then you get a benefit, and this card comes with amber. So I think it's one of the better tide cards in this set. Fangtooth Cavern works really well with our Keyfrog, as it's our lowest power creature along with the Diplomat. So play them both down, Keyfrog dies on that turn, and you get to forge right away. In terms of regeneration, within Untamed itself, it doesn't have as high of a burst potential, though some of the cards can combo, which I'll discuss in a bit, allowing us to generate on the Untamed turn. Mollymawk is a great creature to use for artifact control. Persistence Hunting for some exhaustion, same as the Cross Purposes. And Reap or Sow is actually a pretty good highlight, as it's a card that lets you ready and reap with a friendly creature, or strengthens your own board, which works well with the Fangtooth Cavern. So the combo I see here is with the Diplomat, where because it has one of the stronger reap effects that can change or add a house to a creature for the turn. Moving to Starlance, Crash Muldoon, as usual, great card. Unfortunately, we do have less creatures in this deck, so there's less targets for him, and there aren't too many that have a good use effect. Diplomat Agung is obviously one of the main ones, but it doesn't work with Crash Muldoon. And in the other houses, again, unless we're using them to fight like with Pterodactyl or the Undagnathus, none of the other Saurian creatures are really a use function sort of character or creature. Same with all the Untamed creatures. So overall, Crash Muldoon isn't going to be as valuable in this deck, but still a great addition. Dino Training is a great card to synergize with the Saurian set in this deck, as it helps you capture more amber and use your opponent's amber to your benefit. Amber Vac, once again, also a great card for that purpose. Bound Discovery, great tide card along with some efficiency as well. Zap and Grand Alliance Council is your creature control in terms of removal. And Lieutenant Kirkar will likely be your main taunt, really the only taunt in this deck, to help protect some of the key creatures like Diplomat Agung or Faust the Great. Lastly, into Saurians. So all the capture assist cards that we've seen so far supplement the Brachinelia and letting you to get the amber burst that you want. City State Interest helps with that. Carpe Venum works well with the creature that can't be dealt damage by creatures that have amber on them. but would otherwise work well with the Grand Alliance Council when you're planning to wipe the enemy's board. Decadence, Faust the Great, Spoils the Battle, again, all cards that help you grab your opponent's amber to help you have more amber on your creatures for both Brachynalia and Faust the Great's effect. And then at the very end we have all the large creatures which help your cause for both the artifacts and for some sort of board presence. So both Amber Generation and Amber Control looks fairly good, albeit a lot of it is depending on having a board. So if your opponent has a lot of wipes, that might be an issue for you. In that sense, I would have liked to see a bit more creature control in this deck. The other thing is with Mollymawk in the deck, if you're the only one that has an artifact on the field, there's a chance that Mollymawks can destroy your own artifact. On the bright side, it's also an out in case you really need to get rid of it, in case your opponent is more likely to get the amber on your artifacts. So that about sums up the deck. Overall, I want to rate this in the lower mid 70s. Let's give it a 73. I think the synergy within the deck really helps boost its value, and there's quite a bit of potential here. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys thought about the new setup, location. I know the lighting's a little bit off. If you like the old setup more, let me know, and I'll hear what the audio quality is like once I start editing. So, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button, and consider subscribing to the channel to support it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, be kind and happy forging!